morning, Hector.
Good morning, Lucio.
Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Hector Menendez and I'm a lecturer at King's College London. I've been working with Terranova in collaboration in different projects for the last 2 years, and my main research areas are machine learning, software engineering, and cybersecurity. Actually, I've been working at King's College London at the moment for the last 3 years.
Thank you, Hector. You know, generating real-time reports is essential for a quick and informed decision-making. Our project simplifies this process by allowing users to generate dynamic reports simply by describing their needs. How does it work?
So the main idea of generating real-time reports is to make sure that the system that has the data can communicate with the user in a more interactive way. And the best way to communicate, as usual, is the natural language. So basically what we do is that we are taking queries from the user. Let's say, I want to know how many sales I did in the last month, or I want to visualize the evolution of my sales. We are translating these queries into a language that the system can understand, extract the data from the system, and then translate that outcome back to the user in the way that they want to visualize it. So it's not just an answer, but it's also a potential visualization of how the system has been answering. For that, we have been collaborating with Terranova in this project, and we have also involved 4 students, undergrad students, that has been working on the different aspects of this project. These students are Harris, Jolene, Cam, and Behaf. The main problem of the project was to divide it in different sections. So the first part that was led by Cam was to try to translate from natural language to something that the system would understand, in this case SQL queries. So basically he was focused on all of these models that can translate normal queries in English to something that a database system can understand. Jolene was doing the opposite path. She was taking the outcome of the system, she was taking the input from the user, and she was trying to provide an answer that would be in natural language from that specific input. At the same time, we have focused on the chatbot communication, how to make sure that the communication with the user is fluent, how to make sure that if there's something missing that the system will need to perform the query, the user can provide it, and how to create this conversation with the user that can actually make the final outcome a little bit more clear for the user. And the last one, Harris, was focusing more on the visualization of the outcome. He was focusing on making sure that if you are asking for a graph, or if you are asking for a specific kind of visualization, the system can also provide that. And once you have the data, you can present it to the user in the way that the user wants. So once you join all of these pieces together, what you have is a system that can create a full report by filling the gaps of each specific query.
Wonderful. If you don't mind, I'll ask you one more question. How and why is it interesting to collaborate with Terranova?
So for me, and also for my institution and the student, it was really interesting to collaborate with Terranova. First of all, because Terranova has a really interesting perspective of research and development, and also the R&D team is really focused on understanding cutting-edge technology. That makes our conversation much more fluent, and also it creates a little bit more of interesting discussions related to the technology. It's not only focused on potential applications of the technology, it's not only focused on all the problems, but also focused on how this problem will be solved in the future. Imagine this problem of conversations with your data. It has to involve generative AI, it has to involve databases, it has to involve a lot of understanding of what the person wants to say, a lot of semantics. That's something that is not yet ready for the general public. It's very cutting edge. So that aligns very well with our research goals, because it's part of the things that we are doing in terms of research at King's College. And at the same time, it brings the students more interesting and more innovative ways to work in terms of the final year projects. And at the same time, because the R&D team at Terranova has been very, very involved and engaging a lot in the project development, it's been really helpful in terms of supporting the student developing, in terms of making them understand how a real-world solution needs to be created in order to make it tangible. And also at the same time, they have been involved in monthly meetings and also in providing feedback to the code. will help the students to create a much better solution.
Thank you for your time, Hector.
Thank you.